Hi, Michael here, February 2, 2023, and welcome back to the channel. And I don't know what I am doing. Now, for the ones that have watched the previous 20 or so videos, they will not be surprised because I keep on repeating every now and then that I don't know what I'm doing. But to show you that it's really true, yesterday I was predicting that we would have a very slow February month and maybe even a very slow first quarter on the US stock exchanges. What do I read today in the news? I read today that this start of the year has been the best one since 2019. Does that mean that I was wrong? Well, I hope so. Obviously, I rather have a very bullish market than a bad one. But having said that, February is not yet over, and the first quarter hasn't been over yet either. So let's hope that I am wrong. And let's hope we keep the very positive momentum that we have for the rest of this year. Is it bad to not know what you're doing? Obviously not. If you don't know what you're doing, you either marry a rich wife or you work very hard, or both. I work very hard. How do I work very hard? Well, on days like this, where there's not much to share because we've been buying and selling over the past couple of days, hence there's no budget to buy and no candidates to sell today. I will typically enrich my watch list with new shares that I need to keep an eye on. And obviously, I'm adding shares with a rating of accumulate or buy. Um, and how do I find these? Well, I generate this input file on a daily basis that I use to update a large number of the shares automatically. Um, and the rest, obviously, I need to do manually. I filtered here already to not bother you with all the nasty details, but what this file shows here is which shares are not yet in my Euro watch list or in my USD watch list, and if they are being identified with the row number in which they are already in the file. I'm obviously interested in the ones that I need to add to the USD watch list and that have a rating of accumulate only. I filtered on that, and from those, I don't know how many there are, a lot. I've selected these six that we will add to the watch list live um, as we do it. So it's a bit of artisanal work. There's six of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm control D'ing this because I want to capture also the hidden formulas that are in there. And obviously, Microsoft Online takes a while to do that. There we are. First thing I do is add the tickers here, which I can copy from this column. I'm not gonna explain you why I do it. It's boring, but it's necessary in the amateuristic way that I'm doing this. There we go. Then obviously here I need to put the names. I'll take care of the yellow colors later. But here I need to take out the tickers. Then hopefully Excel will find the stock, and if not, I'll spend not too much time. I'll just take them out again. Because in the end, it's about the big numbers. You need to have as much data as possible, and obviously preferably the right data. But having more data is important than having perfect data there. So here we see Hemnet Group AB. And let me have a look, because now obviously I need to correct the the first resistances here. So let me look up. So I see now that Microsoft have updated all the details here. The server has been having some problems today. I don't know why that is. Very unreliable indeed. But now it did when I see that Hemnet Group here is actually listed on the Nasdaq Nordic in Stockholm in particular. I'm not interested in trading in Scandinavia, so basically I'll just take this one out again. Which means that we're going to have a look at what the first resistance of Charters Communications is, which is um, listed on the regular Nasdaq here. Bear with me. So looking at the technical analysis, we find a first resistance for Charter Comms at 402.90. That's the wrong row, obviously. There we have it. Not a huge spread until between the current price and the first resistance, but that doesn't matter. It's about having the data and just continuing. Let's have a look at Gentex then. So on Gentex, we not only see very strong parameters for both the short, mid, and long term, but even on very short term, a very strong upward potential, like a technical catch-up that is ahead. When we look at the first resistance, we find again not a huge spread, but a first resistance of 29.75, quarter of a percent spread left here. The next one in the line that we've added here, Carlyle Group. So the technical analysis here on Carlyle Group shows a very strong performance also in short term. And we even see that we may be near a peak, but we don't see any reason why the upward potential would not change. So we're going to give this extra green tag here. And we see that the technical analysis shows a first resistance of 39.38, which gives us a very nice spread of 8%, which is nice, but not good enough to come into the sweet spot. As you remember, the sweet spot are those shares with a spread between current price and first resistance of at least 10% and a rating of accumulate or buy. Two more to go. Harmonic Light Waves. I think these guys, they deserve an Oscar for having such a beautiful company name alone. Unfortunately, that doesn't exist, so we'll just have to do with finding out what their first resistance on the current stock price is, which is 1406. Gives us a nice spread, but not good enough for the sweet spot. And then the last one, Patterson Companies. So also on Patterson Companies, we see a technical catch-up ahead on the very short term. So I'll give this extra green tag here and a first resistance of 31.58 USD. Unfortunately, again, no candidate for the sweet spot, but as I've explained earlier, it's about gathering as much data as possible, doing your analysis and checks every day, and then you can still make money even without marrying a rich wife or without knowing what you're doing. And I'm the living proof of that. Having said that, I hope you've enjoyed today's update. It was maybe a little bit of a different update as usual, but let's be honest here. I have 10 subscribers now, of which 9 are friends and families, and of which one of them I know for sure is a subscribed member in three different accounts. The intention here is to have 1 million subscribers. So I've still got 900,990 subscribers to go. So please do subscribe, give a like every now and then on these videos. It won't cost you a thing. And who knows, in 6 months' times, you'll be able to say, I was one of the first 20 subscribers of this excellent channel. Having said that, thank you very much and see you again tomorrow.